Mind is everything. What you think, you become. Written and published by Reciall Audiobooks. Glowing Star Chapter 1, The Power of the Mind. The mind as the architect of reality. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Introduction. Have you ever wondered why two people can experience the same situation yet walk away with entirely different conclusions? One sees failure, the other sees an opportunity. One feels broken, the other feels resilient. What separates these two realities? It's the mind, the silent architect designing our experiences, moment by moment. Our thoughts don't just live in our heads. They shape the lens through which we view the world. Every belief you hold, every decision you make, and every step you take are influenced by the narratives running in your mind. The mind is everything. Change your thoughts, and you change your life. How thoughts shape perceptions, beliefs, and outcomes. The mind is constantly filtering reality. Imagine wearing tinted glasses. The color of the lenses affects how you see everything. Your thoughts are those lenses. If you believe the world is full of opportunities, you'll see possibilities where others see obstacles. If you think you're not good enough, you'll find reasons to confirm that belief everywhere you look. Perception shapes belief. If you perceive failure as a dead end, your belief becomes, I'm not capable. But if you see failure as feedback, your belief shifts to, I'm learning and growing. Belief shapes outcome. When you believe you're capable, you act with confidence. You take risks. You try again. And those actions lead to success. But when you believe you're destined to fail, you hesitate, withdraw, and sabotage your own efforts. Stories of transformation, real lives, real mindset shifts. Sparkles. Maria's story, from stuck to self-made. Maria grew up believing she wasn't smart enough. Her grades were average, and no one in her family had ever gone to college. For years, she took jobs that didn't challenge her, believing she wasn't meant for more. But one day, after hearing a podcast about mindset, something clicked. What if my thoughts aren't facts? She started challenging her inner critic. She began reading, attending workshops, and slowly applied for college. 4 years later, Maria graduated with honors and launched her own business. Maria didn't suddenly become smarter. She thought differently. And that thought changed everything. Jamal's story, turning pain into purpose. Jamal lost his job during a recession. With bills piling up, depression set in. But instead of letting his circumstances define him, he asked, what can I learn from this? He remembered his love for cooking, something he had ignored while working corporate jobs. Jamal started a small catering service from his kitchen. Today, he runs a successful restaurant known for its community outreach. The difference: his thoughts shifted from I've lost everything to this is my chance to start fresh. Reflection: your thoughts, your blueprint. Your reality is built from the inside out. Your beliefs become blueprints, guiding your actions and shaping your outcomes. If you want to change your life, start by changing the stories you tell yourself. Lightbulb. Try this thought awareness exercise. Write down 3 thoughts you've had today about yourself. Ask, do these thoughts empower me or limit me? For any limiting thought, reframe it into something empowering. For example, limiting thought, I'm not good at this. Empowering thought, I'm still learning, and I'll improve with practice. Glowing star. Closing words for this chapter. The mind is the most powerful tool we have. Like an architect designing a building, the thoughts you choose will determine the structure of your life. The question is, what reality are you designing? Chapter 2, Belief Systems: The Invisible Blueprint. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. Mahatma Gandhi. How childhood beliefs and subconscious programming affect our lives. From the moment we're born, we absorb everything around us: words, actions, attitudes. Our young minds don't question, they accept. Over time, these absorbed messages become core beliefs, the hidden rules that guide our lives. I have to be perfect to be loved. Money is hard to come by. People like me don't succeed. These beliefs sink deep into the subconscious, running our lives on autopilot. We don't question them because they feel like truth. Yet, these truths might be the very walls limiting us. Every thought we repeat strengthens the mental pathways of our beliefs. Some beliefs empower us, others quietly sabotage us. The key is recognizing which ones serve us and which ones hold us back. Case study: the weight of words. Amir's story. As a child, Amir loved drawing. His notebooks were filled with sketches. One day, excited, he showed his father a drawing. His father, stressed and tired, glanced at it and said, "Art won't pay the bills?" Amir didn't understand that his father's comment was about financial stress, not about his talent. But that moment planted a belief: creativity isn't valuable. As he grew older, Amir unconsciously pushed away his artistic dreams. He pursued a corporate job, feeling unfulfilled but convinced it was the practical thing to do. It wasn't until years later that he questioned this belief, realizing it wasn't his own, it was something he had absorbed without choice. This is how subconscious programming works. A single sentence, repeated often enough or spoken at a vulnerable moment, can shape an entire life path. Exercises to uncover and rewrite limiting beliefs. 1. Identifying hidden beliefs. Take a notebook and write down the first thoughts that come to mind when you read these prompts. Success is. Money is. Love is. I am. I deserve. Look at your answers. Do they reflect empowerment or limitation too? The root cause reflection. For any limiting belief you identify, ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Who or what reinforced it? Is this belief an absolute truth, or just an interpretation? What belief would serve me better? For example, limiting belief: I'm not good enough to be successful. Root cause: a childhood teacher criticized my work harshly. New empowering belief: I am constantly growing, and my effort leads to success. 3. Daily rewiring practice. Beliefs don't change overnight, but they can be retrained through conscious effort. Each morning, write down one empowering belief you want to adopt. Speak it aloud as an affirmation. Throughout the day, when you catch old limiting thoughts creeping in, pause and replace them with the new belief. Over time, this practice will reprogram your subconscious, replacing old mental barriers with new pathways of possibility. Chapter 3: The Science Behind Thoughts and Reality. The brain is like a muscle. When it is in use, we feel very good. Understanding is joyous. Carl Sagan. Neuroplasticity: How the Brain Rewires Itself. For centuries, scientists believed the human brain was static, that after a certain age, it stopped changing. But recent discoveries shattered that belief. Enter neuroplasticity, the brain's incredible ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. In simple terms, neuroplasticity means your brain is always changing. Every thought you have, every skill you learn, and every habit you develop rewires your brain. The more you think a particular thought, the stronger that neural pathway becomes. This is how beliefs and behaviors are formed and how they can be changed. Imagine walking through a field of tall grass. The first time you walk through, it's difficult. But the more you walk that same path, the grass flattens, and the path becomes clear. Thoughts work the same way. The more you think a thought, the easier it becomes to think it again. This explains why negative thinking can feel automatic. If you've spent years doubting yourself, those neural pathways are well worn. But here's the power of neuroplasticity: you can create new paths. With intentional thought patterns, you can reshape your brain to support confidence, resilience, and positivity. Sparkle's case study: changing the mind, changing the brain. Elena's story: Elena had always struggled with anxiety. Her mind seemed wired to expect the worst. After years of living with this mental pattern, she believed it was simply who she was. However, after attending a mindfulness retreat, she learned about neuroplasticity. She discovered that by practicing mindful awareness, she could interrupt anxious thought loops. Every time Elena noticed a negative thought, she paused and asked, "Is this thought useful? Is it based on fact?" She then consciously replaced it with a calmer, more empowering thought. It wasn't easy at first. But weeks turned into months, and Elena noticed something remarkable: her mind began defaulting to calmer thoughts. The same situations that would have triggered anxiety no longer had the same grip. Elena didn't just think positively. She rewired her brain thought by thought, day by day. The connection between thoughts, emotions, and actions. Our thoughts, emotions, and actions form a feedback loop, each influencing the other. Thoughts influence emotions. If you think, "I'm going to fail," you'll feel anxious or discouraged. Emotions influence actions. Feeling anxious may cause you to procrastinate or avoid challenges. Actions influence results. Avoidance leads to missed opportunities, reinforcing the original thought of failure. This cycle can either work for you or against you. The key is to interrupt negative cycles and create positive ones. Breaking the negative cycle, a thought experiment. Identify a recurring negative thought. Example: "I'm not good enough." Observe the emotion this thought creates. Perhaps fear, sadness, or self-doubt. Notice the actions you take when you feel this way. Maybe you withdraw, avoid challenges, or don't speak up. Challenge the thought. Ask, "Is this absolutely true? What evidence do I have for and against it?" Replace the thought. New thought: "I'm learning and growing every day. I am enough as I am." As you repeat this process, you weaken old neural pathways and strengthen new, empowering ones. Lightbulb exercise: the Thought Emotion Action Journal. For 1 week, keep a daily journal with 3 simple entries. Thought: what was I thinking? Emotion: how did that thought make me feel? Action: what did I do or not do as a result? After a week, review your patterns. Notice how certain thoughts trigger emotions and behaviors. Then, choose one limiting thought and rewrite it. Sparkle's rewiring for success: the power of repetition. Neuroplasticity shows us that repetition is essential. The brain doesn't change overnight. But with daily, intentional thought patterns, you begin to build new mental highways. Consider these daily practices: affirmations: speak empowering beliefs aloud every morning. Visualization: spend time each day imagining yourself succeeding. Gratitude journaling: write down 3 things you're grateful for each evening, training your brain to focus on the positive. Glowing star closing thoughts: becoming the architect of your mind. The science is clear: your mind is malleable. Your thoughts today shape the brain you'll have tomorrow. By choosing empowering thoughts, practicing them daily, and aligning them with positive emotions and actions, you create a reality of success, joy, and fulfillment. Speech balloon: you are not stuck with the brain you have. You can change it. And by changing it, you can change your life. Chapter 4, Self-Talk: the stories we tell ourselves. Be careful how you are talking to yourself, because you are listening. Lisa M. Hayes. The Inner Critic vs. The Inner Coach. We all have a voice inside our heads, a narrator constantly commenting on our actions, decisions, and possibilities. Sometimes, that voice cheers us on, reminding us of our strengths and potential. But more often, it takes the form of an inner critic, harsh, doubting, and limiting. This inner dialogue shapes how we see ourselves. Positive self-talk builds confidence, resilience, and growth. Negative self-talk fuels insecurity, fear, and self-sabotage. The stories we tell ourselves matter because they become the scripts we live by. Thought balloon: understanding the inner critic. The inner critic whispers or shouts things like, "You're not good enough. Who do you think you are to try that? You always mess things up." This voice often echoes past criticism, words from parents, teachers, or society that we absorbed without questioning. Over time, these messages become mental loops, limiting what we believe we can achieve. The inner critic claims it's protecting us from failure, embarrassment, or disappointment. But in truth, it keeps us small, stuck, and afraid. Sparkle's case study: silencing the critic. Jordan's story: Jordan always dreamed of starting a business. But every time he considered taking the leap, his inner critic would chime in, "You're not smart enough. You'll lose everything." Months passed. Then years. Until one day, a friend asked, "What would you do if you believed you couldn't fail?" That question stuck. Jordan realized his fear wasn't based on reality, it was a story he'd been telling himself. Slowly, he began rewriting the script. He replaced "I'm not smart enough" with "I can learn what I don't know." It wasn't an overnight change, but step by step, Jordan launched his business. His success didn't come from silencing the inner critic entirely, but from choosing to listen to a different voice, the inner coach. Glowing star: meeting the inner coach. The inner coach is the part of you that believes in your potential. It's supportive but honest. Encouraging but realistic. It sounds like, "I can figure this out. I've overcome hard things before, I can do it again. I may not have all the answers yet, but I'm learning." The inner coach doesn't pretend everything will be easy. But it reminds you that you are capable, adaptable, and worthy of growth. Hammer and wrench techniques for cultivating empowering self-dialogue. 1. Catch and challenge negative thoughts. The first step in changing self-talk is awareness. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, pause. Ask, "Would I say this to a friend? If not, why say it to yourself?" Replace the thought with something constructive, not blindly positive. Example: inner critic, "I'll never get this right." Inner coach, "I might struggle now, but I'll improve with practice." To name your inner critic. Sometimes, giving the inner critic a name or persona can help you detach from its voice. Maybe it's doubtful Dave or critical Carla. The next time the negative chatter starts, you can say, "Thanks for your input, Dave, but I've got this." 3. Practice mirror talk. Look in the mirror each morning and speak empowering affirmations aloud. "I am capable. I deserve good things. I trust myself to make good decisions." Speaking positive words while looking into your own eyes creates a powerful mental shift. 4. Rewrite the narrative. Think of a limiting story you tell yourself. Maybe "I'm not creative" or "I'm bad at relationships." Write it down. Then, rewrite it from a place of growth and possibility. Old story, I'm terrible at relationships. New story, I'm learning how to build healthier connections, and I deserve love. Repeat this new story to yourself daily until it becomes the dominant narrative. 5. Gratitude for the inner critic. This might sound strange. Why thank the voice that tears you down? But the inner critic developed as a misguided form of protection. It tries to keep you safe by avoiding risks. Acknowledge its presence, thank it for trying to protect you, and let it know you're capable of handling the risks that lead to growth. Light bulb reflection exercise, shifting the dialogue. Spend 10 minutes journaling answers to these questions. What is one thing my inner critic says regularly? How has believing this affected my life? What would my inner coach say instead? How can I remind myself of this new story when I need it most? Rewriting your story. The most important conversations you have are the ones you have with yourself. You are the narrator, and you choose the tone, the words, and the direction of your story. Will you let the critic hold the pen, or will you hand it to the coach who believes in your potential? Glowing star. Closing thoughts, your voice, your power. The stories we tell ourselves become the reality we live. If you want a different outcome, tell a different story. Choose a voice that uplifts, encourages, and believes in your growth. Speech balloon. Talk to yourself like someone you love. Chapter 5, The Power of Imagination and Visualization. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Albert Einstein. How mental imagery influences reality. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself standing on a beach. Feel the warmth of the sun on your skin, hear the rhythm of the waves crashing against the shore, and taste the salty breeze on your lips. Your heart slows, your body relaxes. You're not physically there, but your mind and body respond as if you are. This is the power of imagination and visualization, the ability of the mind to influence reality through mental imagery. Research shows that the brain cannot distinguish vividly imagined experiences from real ones. When you visualize success, confidence, or happiness, your brain activates the same neural pathways as if you were living those experiences. Over time, this mental rehearsal rewires your brain, aligning your beliefs, emotions, and actions with the reality you desire. Sparkle's case study, Visualizing Victory. Serena's story. Serena, an aspiring athlete, faced intense self-doubt before competitions. She felt physically prepared but mentally blocked. Her coach introduced her to visualization techniques, encouraging her to see herself winning, crossing the finish line strong, hearing the crowd's applause, and feeling the surge of victory. At first, it felt silly. But Serena persisted. She visualized not just the outcome but the entire journey, the sweat, the struggle, the determination. She immersed herself in the feeling of success. Weeks later, Serena won her first major race. When asked about her breakthrough, she said, "I had already crossed that finish line in my mind 100 times. The day I won felt like I was simply living what I had already seen." The science of visualization. Visualization works because it taps into the reticular activating system (RAS), the part of your brain that filters information and focuses your attention. When you consistently visualize a goal, your RAS tunes your awareness to opportunities and actions that align with that vision. In other words, your mind starts finding ways to turn your mental pictures into reality. This process boosts confidence, sharpens focus, and motivates action. Hammer and wrench step-by-step visualization exercises to manifest desires. Sparkles 1. The ideal future visualization. Purpose: to create a compelling vision of your best life. Steps: find a quiet space, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take deep breaths. Imagine your ideal life. Where are you? What are you doing? Who is with you? How do you feel? Engage all senses. What do you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch? Make it as vivid as possible. Feel the emotions, joy, confidence, peace. Let these emotions fill you. Repeat daily. Spend 10 minutes each day immersing yourself in this vision. Glowing Star 2. The Goal Achievement Rehearsal. Purpose: to mentally practice achieving specific goals. Steps: define the goal. Be clear: I want to deliver a successful presentation, or I want to run a marathon. Visualize the process. See yourself preparing, facing challenges, and overcoming them. Visualize the success. Picture the exact moment you achieve the goal. Anchor the feeling. Focus on the emotions of success. Let them become familiar. Rainbow 3. The Overcoming Obstacles Visualization. Purpose: to build resilience by mentally rehearsing solutions to potential challenges. Steps: identify possible obstacles. Visualize encountering them with confidence. See yourself overcoming each challenge. Focus on the sense of accomplishment after overcoming the difficulties. Speech balloon reflection, turning vision into reality. After practicing these exercises, reflect: what emotions came up during visualization? What actions feel more achievable now? How has your confidence shifted? Write down your insights and adjust your visualizations as your desires evolve. Lightbulb: why emotion is key in visualization. Thoughts create mental images, but emotions give those images power. Visualization becomes truly transformative when you feel the success, joy, and freedom your vision represents. Emotion signals to your brain that this vision is important, activating the subconscious to pursue it. Sparkle's case study: from imagination to impact. Lena's story: Lena dreamed of becoming a writer but doubted her talent. She began visualizing holding her published book, feeling its weight, seeing her name on the cover, hearing readers praise her work. This emotional connection drove her to write daily. Rejections came, but she visualized overcoming them. Eventually, her first novel was published. The day she held her book felt like déjà vu. She had already lived this moment in her mind. Creating a visualization routine. Morning alignment: start your day with 5 minutes of visualization, aligning your mindset with your goals. Evening reflection: before bed, revisit your vision, reinforcing it in your subconscious as you sleep. Vision board: create a visual representation of your goals. Place it where you'll see it daily to keep your vision front and center. Glowing star closing thoughts: see it, feel it, be it. Visualization isn't wishful thinking, it's mental training for success. By consistently imagining your desired reality, you prepare your mind and body to achieve it. Speech balloon: if you can see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Chapter 6: Overcoming Fear and Doubt. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. George Adair. How fear-based thinking holds us back. Fear, sometimes subtle, sometimes overwhelming, lives in all of us. It shows up as hesitation, self-doubt, or avoidance. Often, it disguises itself as being realistic or staying safe. But the truth is, fear is the mind's way of keeping us in the familiar, even when the familiar no longer serves us. At its core, fear isn't the enemy. It's a survival mechanism designed to protect us. But in the modern world, fear often responds not to physical danger but to perceived risks like failure, rejection, or uncertainty. Fear-based thinking creates mental barriers that keep us from taking the very steps that could lead to growth and fulfillment. Thought balloon: common forms of fear that limit us. Fear of failure: what if I try and don't succeed? Fear of judgment: what will people think of me? Fear of uncertainty, what if I don't know what I'm doing? Fear of success, what if I succeed and can't handle it? Each of these fears whispers a story that keeps us small. But these stories are rarely true. Fear distorts perception, making risks seem bigger and possibilities smaller. Sparkle's case study, From Fearful to Fearless. Daniel's story. Daniel had always dreamed of becoming a public speaker. But the thought of standing on stage terrified him. His mind replayed worst-case scenarios, forgetting his speech, embarrassing himself, or being judged. For years, Daniel avoided opportunities to speak. But deep down, he knew his fear was holding him back. Finally, he took a small step. He joined a local speaking group where he could practice in a supportive environment. With each small success, Daniel's fear diminished. The stage didn't feel so scary anymore. Eventually, he spoke at a national conference. His breakthrough came not because the fear disappeared, but because he chose courage over comfort. The true nature of fear. Fear thrives in the unknown. It feeds on uncertainty. But when we step toward what scares us, the fear shrinks. The reality is rarely as terrifying as the mind imagines. The key to overcoming fear isn't to eliminate it, it's to understand it, face it, and move forward despite it. Hammer and wrench strategies for overcoming fear and doubt. Sparkles 1. Reframe fear as growth. Fear often signals that you're on the verge of growth. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What might I learn? How will I grow from this experience?" This simple shift transforms fear from a stop sign into a guidepost. Glowing Star 2. Take fear in small doses. Fear loses power when faced in manageable steps. If the big leap feels overwhelming, break it down. Want to run a marathon? Start with a 5K. Dream of starting a business? Launch a small project first. Afraid of speaking in public? Practice with a small group. Small victories build confidence and prove to your mind that fear isn't fatal. Lightbulb 3. Visualize success, not failure. Fear-based thinking focuses on everything that could go wrong. Visualization flips the script. Spend time imagining yourself succeeding. Feel the pride, confidence, and joy of achieving your goal. Let these emotions fuel your belief that success is possible. Pen 4. Journal your fears. Write down, what exactly am I afraid of? What's the worst that could happen? How would I recover if that happened? What's the best that could happen? Most fears shrink when we see them clearly on paper. We realize that the worst case scenario is either unlikely or survivable. Speech Balloon 5. Adopt a courage over comfort mindset. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. Remind yourself, discomfort is the price of growth. Every time you choose courage, you expand what's possible for you. Sparkle's real-life stories of conquering fear. Ava's leap, facing the fear of rejection. Ava always wanted to be an artist, but fear of rejection kept her from sharing her work. She convinced herself she wasn't good enough. One day, she decided to submit her artwork to a local gallery. To her surprise, her work was accepted and later sold. Ava learned that fear of rejection was robbing her of opportunity. The worst-case scenario never came true. Leo's flight, overcoming the fear of failure. Leo dreamed of starting his own travel business but feared the risks. What if it fails? What if I lose everything? After years of hesitation, Leo started his business as a side project. Slowly, it gained traction. The risks were real, but so were the rewards. By taking calculated steps, Leo proved to himself that failure wasn't the end, it was part of the process. Herb embracing fear as part of the journey. Fear doesn't vanish, it evolves. The goal isn't to become fearless but to become fear-wise, to recognize fear as part of the path, not a barrier. Every person who has achieved greatness has faced fear. The difference is in how they responded. Light bulb reflection exercise, facing your fear. Identify one fear that's holding you back. Write a small action step you can take today to face it. Visualize success after taking that step. Celebrate the action, regardless of the outcome. Glowing star closing thoughts, the courage to move forward. The life you desire exists beyond your comfort zone. Fear will try to keep you where you are, but you have the power to move forward. Speech balloon, feel the fear and do it anyway. Chapter 7, Mindfulness, living in the present moment. Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment. Buddha. How mindfulness silences negative mental chatter. Have you ever noticed how your mind constantly drifts, rehashing past mistakes or worrying about the future? This mental chatter often feeds negativity, anxiety, and self-doubt. The mind becomes noisy, and in that noise, we lose connection with the present, the only moment where life truly happens. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing your attention fully to the now. It's not about silencing thoughts entirely, but about observing them without judgment. Mindfulness allows you to hear your inner dialogue, recognize negative patterns, and gently redirect your focus. When you live in the present, the grip of fear, regret, and worry loosens. The mind no longer drags you backward or pushes you forward. You become grounded, clear, calm, and aware. Sparkle's case study, the power of presence. Maya's story. Maya often felt overwhelmed. Her mind was a constant whirlwind of what if scenarios. What if I fail? What if things go wrong? She struggled with anxiety and couldn't enjoy even the simplest moments. At a friend's suggestion, Maya started practicing mindfulness. She began with just 5 minutes of focused breathing each morning. Slowly, she noticed changes. Her thoughts didn't stop, but she no longer felt consumed by them. When negative chatter arose, she learned to observe it rather than believe it. In time, Maya found that mindfulness gave her the clarity to make better decisions and the calm to handle challenges. The worries that once ruled her became background noise. Why the present moment matters. The present moment is all we truly have. The past is memory, the future is possibility. But now is real. Mindfulness teaches us that happiness isn't something we find in the future, it's something we create by fully engaging with life as it unfolds. Hammer and wrench practices for staying present and grounded. 1. Mindful breathing. Purpose, to anchor your attention to the present. Practice, sit quietly and close your eyes. Inhale deeply for 4 counts, hold for 2, and exhale for 6. Focus only on the sensation of breathing, how the air feels entering and leaving your body. When your mind wanders, gently return to your breath. Why it works: the breath is always in the present. Returning to it brings the mind back to now. 2. Body scan meditation. Purpose, to connect mind and body in the present. Practice, lie down or sit comfortably. Close your eyes and bring attention to your toes. Notice any sensations. Slowly move your focus upward: feet, legs, hips, torso, shoulders, arms, neck, and face. If tension is present, breathe into it. Why it works: the body exists only in the present. By tuning in, you calm mental chatter and reconnect with yourself. 3. Single tasking. Purpose, to break the habit of multitasking and become fully engaged. Practice, Choose one task: washing dishes, walking, eating. Focus solely on that task. Notice every detail, movement, and sensation. When the mind drifts, gently return your focus. Why it works: multitasking fragments attention. Single tasking sharpens focus and cultivates presence. Herb 4. Mindful journaling. Purpose: to become aware of thoughts and emotions without judgment. Practice: set a timer for 10 minutes. Write freely about what you're thinking and feeling in this moment. No editing, no overthinking. Let the words flow. Why it works: journaling brings subconscious thoughts to the surface, helping you observe mental patterns and return to the present. Herb 5. Grounding techniques. Purpose: to stay anchored when the mind spirals into negativity. Practice: 5-4-3-2-1 Exercise: 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, 2 things you smell, 1 thing you taste. Why it works: this sensory exercise pulls you out of your head and into the physical world, grounding you in the now. Speech balloon reflection: the gifts of mindfulness. What thoughts distract me from the present most often? How do I feel when I fully engage with the moment? What small mindfulness practice can I incorporate into my daily routine? Sparkles real life stories, transforming lives through mindfulness. Herb Noah's Peace, conquering anxiety. Noah battled chronic anxiety. His mind constantly projected worst-case scenarios. Mindfulness seemed simple at first, but with daily practice, mindful walks, breathing exercises, and meditation, he experienced a profound shift. The fears didn't vanish overnight, but Noah learned to observe them without getting pulled in. With each present moment he embraced, his anxiety lost power. Mindfulness gave him the peace he'd been searching for all along. Herb Sophia's Awakening, finding joy in simplicity. Sophia realized she was living life on autopilot, rushing from one task to another without truly experiencing any of it. Through mindfulness, she slowed down. She learned to savor her morning coffee, enjoy walks without distractions, and listen deeply during conversations. Sophia discovered that joy wasn't something to chase, it was right here, in the quiet moments she used to overlook. Lightbulb: living a mindful life, small shifts, big changes. Start your day mindfully. Instead of reaching for your phone, take 3 deep breaths and set an intention. Create mindful pauses. Before each meal, take a moment of gratitude. Be fully present in conversations, listen to understand, not just to respond. Limit distractions. Turn off notifications and be intentional about your focus. Glowing star: closing thoughts, the power of now. Mindfulness isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling. By living in the present, you stop chasing happiness and start experiencing it. The past no longer pulls you back. The future no longer rushes you forward. Speech balloon: wherever you are, be there totally. Chapter 8, Breaking Free from Limiting Beliefs. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Roy T. Bennett. How thoughts like "I'm not good enough" shape our experiences. Have you ever heard a small, persistent voice in your head whispering, "I'm not smart enough, I don't deserve success," or "I'm not worthy of love"? These are examples of limiting beliefs, deep-seated thoughts that quietly dictate how we see ourselves and what we believe we can achieve. These beliefs don't scream for attention. They're subtle, shaping decisions and behaviors beneath the surface. Left unchecked, they become self-fulfilling prophecies, causing us to sabotage opportunities, settle for less, or avoid taking risks altogether. For example, someone who believes "I'm not good at relationships" may unconsciously push people away. Another who believes I'm not capable of success might avoid applying for their dream job. Sparkles. The origin of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs often take root in childhood experiences, words from parents, teachers, or peers that made us question our worth. Societal conditioning, cultural narratives about what we should be or how we should act. Past failures or traumas, painful experiences that convinced us we're not capable or deserving. Comparisons, measuring ourselves against others and deciding we don't measure up. The good news: beliefs are not facts. They are thoughts we've repeated until they became our reality, and they can be rewritten. Case study, changing the narrative. Lily's story. Lily always dreamed of starting her own bakery. But one belief kept holding her back: I'm not business-minded. This belief came from childhood. Her parents often told her she was creative, not practical. For years, Lily worked jobs that didn't fulfill her. But after a close friend challenged her belief, Lily decided to try. She took a business course and opened a small home bakery. It wasn't easy, but with each sale, her belief shifted: I can do this. Today, Lily runs a thriving bakery. She didn't just build a business, she built a new belief system. Hammer and wrench: practical tools for reframing and shifting limiting narratives. Sparkles. 1. Identify the limiting belief. You cannot change what you cannot see. Start by uncovering your limiting beliefs. Reflection questions: what area of my life feels stuck? What beliefs do I hold about myself in this area? If I imagine success, what thoughts tell me I can't have it? Write down these beliefs. Seeing them on paper diminishes their power. 2. Challenge the belief. Ask yourself, is this belief absolutely true? Where did this belief come from? Has anyone with similar circumstances achieved what I want? What evidence do I have that contradicts this belief? Often, you'll find that these beliefs crumble under scrutiny. Glowing star. 3. Reframe the narrative. Replace the limiting belief with a supportive affirmation that feels empowering but believable. I'm not good enough becomes I am learning and growing every day. I can't handle success becomes I am capable of learning everything I need to succeed. I always fail becomes failure is feedback, I am getting closer to my goal. Tip: the new belief must resonate with you. If it feels too far from your current reality, scale it back to something believable but positive. 4. Take aligned action. Beliefs shift most powerfully through action. Small wins build confidence and challenge the old narrative. If you believe you're not creative, take a small creative class. If you think you can't speak in public, try speaking in a supportive group. If you feel unlovable, practice acts of self-love and connect with others. Action rewrites the story. Glowing star. 5. Use visualization. Visualize yourself succeeding without the limiting belief. Picture a version of you who doesn't believe the old story. What does this version of you do differently? How does this version think, act, and feel? Visualization primes the brain to see new possibilities and builds neural pathways for new beliefs. Pen 6. Journal for belief shifts. Use these prompts daily. What belief am I letting go of today? What belief am I choosing instead? How did I act today that proves my new belief? Writing reinforces belief shifts by making them tangible. Sparkles real-life stories of breaking free from limiting beliefs. Sam's journey, from I'm not smart enough to success. Sam struggled academically in school, leading him to believe he wasn't intelligent. This belief kept him from pursuing higher education or ambitious goals. Later, through personal development books and mentorship, Sam realized that intelligence isn't fixed. He enrolled in night classes, worked hard, and eventually earned a degree. The belief I'm not smart enough dissolved, replaced by I can learn anything I put my mind to. Sam now runs a successful consulting business. Alina's awakening, from I'm not worthy of love to deep connection. Alina grew up feeling overlooked, which led her to believe she wasn't worthy of love. She sabotaged relationships, always expecting abandonment. Through therapy and self-reflection, Alina traced this belief back to childhood experiences. By practicing self-love, setting healthy boundaries, and challenging her inner critic, she rewrote her narrative. Today, Alina enjoys deep, loving relationships, grounded in her new belief, I am worthy of love, exactly as I am. Lightbulb reflection exercise, rewriting your beliefs. List one belief you know is holding you back. Write the origin of this belief. Where did you learn it? Challenge its truth. Is this belief 100% true? What evidence contradicts it? Create a new belief that empowers you. Identify one action you can take today that aligns with the new belief. Glowing star affirmations for breaking limiting beliefs. Repeat these daily. I am capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. I release beliefs that no longer serve me. My possibilities are limitless. I am worthy of success, love, and happiness. Closing thoughts, freedom through belief shifts. Limiting beliefs are like invisible fences. They keep you confined, but only because you believe they are real. The moment you challenge and rewrite them, the fences disappear. Speech balloon. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. Mahatma Gandhi. Chapter 9, Emotional Intelligence. Managing feelings to master thoughts. When awareness is brought to emotion, power is brought to your life. Tara Brach. The mind-emotion connection. Thoughts and emotions are intricately linked. Our thoughts influence how we feel, and in turn, our emotions shape the way we think. When emotions run high, whether it's fear, anger, or sadness, our thoughts can spiral into negativity, clouding judgment and leading to impulsive decisions. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions effectively. It gives us the power to respond rather than react. When we master our emotions, we unlock the ability to think clearly, act intentionally, and live consciously. Why emotional intelligence matters. Improved decision-making. When emotions don't cloud judgment, we think more clearly. Resilience in adversity. Emotionally intelligent people bounce back faster from setbacks. Healthier relationships. Understanding emotions ours and others improves empathy and communication. Mental clarity. Managing emotions reduces mental clutter, bringing focus and calm. Case study, mastering emotions to shift thoughts. Alex's story. Alex had always struggled with self-doubt. Every setback seemed to confirm the belief, I'm not capable. But after attending a workshop on emotional intelligence, Alex realized that these thoughts stemmed from the emotion of fear of failure, fear of judgment. By learning to pause and observe his emotions instead of being driven by them, Alex developed the ability to question his thoughts. He began practicing techniques like mindful breathing and emotional labeling. This is fear, not reality. Slowly, self-doubt lost its grip. Today, Alex leads a team at a successful startup. The difference wasn't just new opportunities, it was a new mindset, powered by emotional awareness. Hammer and wrench. Building resilience and mental clarity through emotional awareness. Glowing star 1. Recognize and name your emotions. Awareness is the first step to mastery. When emotions arise, pause and ask, what am I feeling right now? Where do I feel this emotion in my body? What thoughts are attached to this emotion? Why this matters? Naming emotions like anxiety, frustration, or joy activates the thinking brain, calming the emotional response. 2. Practice the pause. Between an emotional trigger and your response lies a powerful space. This pause is where emotional mastery lives. Practice, when emotions rise, take 3 deep breaths. Step back mentally and observe the emotion without judgment. Ask yourself, is my reaction aligned with my goals and values? Why this matters? Reactivity leads to regret. Response, fueled by reflection, leads to growth. Glowing star 3. Reframe emotional thoughts. Thoughts driven by intense emotions can be distorted. Emotional intelligence allows us to reframe these thoughts into empowering narratives. Example, emotion-driven thought, I failed, I'm not good enough. Reframed thought, this failure is a lesson. I am growing and learning. Why this matters? Reframing changes the story you tell yourself, building resilience and clarity. 4. Develop emotional agility. Emotional agility is the ability to move through emotions with flexibility. It's not about suppressing feelings but navigating them skillfully. Practice, accept emotions without judgment. I feel anxious, and that's okay. Identify the value behind the emotion. I feel anxious because I care about doing well. Choose an action aligned with your values despite the emotion. I'll prepare thoroughly instead of avoiding the task. Why this matters? Emotional agility transforms discomfort into growth opportunities. Glowing star 5. Build resilience through emotional strength. Resilience is emotional strength in action. It's how we recover from challenges without letting them define us. Practice, gratitude journaling, focus on what's working, not just what's hard. Mindful reflection, after setbacks, reflect on what you learned. Connection, share your feelings with supportive people. Vulnerability builds strength. Why this matters? Resilient minds bounce back. They see challenges as stepping stones, not stumbling blocks. Sparkle's real-life stories of emotional intelligence in action. Emma's calm in crisis. Emma worked in a high-pressure environment. When faced with a major project setback, panic set in among her team. But Emma paused, acknowledged her fear, and chose to respond with calm leadership. She reframed the setback as a chance for innovation. The team followed her lead, and not only did they recover, they created a solution better than the original plan. Emma's secret: mastering emotions to master thoughts. Jamal's journey from anger to understanding. Jamal often reacted with anger during conflicts, damaging relationships. Through emotional intelligence training, he learned to recognize anger as a secondary emotion, usually masking hurt or fear. By pausing, naming his feelings, and expressing them calmly, Jamal transformed his relationships. His thoughts shifted from "they're against me" to "we're figuring this out together." Emotional awareness brought him clarity, empathy, and connection. Lightbulb reflection exercise, strengthening emotional intelligence. Describe a recent emotional trigger. What did you feel? How did you react? Identify the thoughts linked to this emotion. Were they true? Helpful practice reframing. How could you see the situation differently? Plan a response. What would an emotionally intelligent response look like next time? Daily practices to build emotional intelligence. Mindful check-ins. Pause 3 times a day and ask, how am I feeling right now? Deep listening. In conversations, focus fully on the other person without planning your response. Self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Glowing star closing thoughts. Emotional mastery for mental clarity. Emotional intelligence is the bridge between the heart and mind. When you manage your feelings, Your thoughts become clearer, your actions more intentional, and your life more aligned. Speech balloon. Between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. Chapter 10, The Law of Attraction and Action. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Bob Proctor. How thoughts attract experiences but action makes them real. The law of attraction is the idea that what we consistently think and feel shapes the experiences we attract into our lives. In other words, our thoughts act like magnets, pulling in opportunities, people, and circumstances that match our mindset. But there's a common misconception: thinking alone is enough. Positive thinking can shift perspectives and open doors, but action is what walks you through those doors. Without effort, ideas remain dreams. Thoughts set the direction, actions pave the path. The thought-action connection. Thoughts provide clarity, they define what we want. Emotions create energy, positive emotions fuel motivation. Actions create momentum, doing something every day brings dreams into reality. Sparkle's case study, manifestation through action. Maya's story: Maya dreamed of becoming a published author. She created vision boards, practiced daily affirmations, and visualized holding her book. Yet, years passed without progress. What changed? Maya realized she needed to act. She committed to writing 500 words daily, enrolled in a writing workshop, and started pitching publishers. Within a year, her first novel was published. Her mindset attracted opportunities, but consistent action made it happen. Hammer and wrench: balancing mindset work with practical effort. Glowing star 1. Set clear intentions. Attraction starts with clarity. Vague desires attract vague results. Practice: write down exactly what you want. Ask yourself, why do I want this? How will it feel when I have it? Visualize not just the outcome, but the process. 2. Align thoughts with actions. Your actions should reflect your desired reality. If you believe you're successful, how would you act today? Example: want to start a business? Begin by researching your market. Seeking love: work on self-love and engage in activities where you meet like-minded people. Dream of traveling? Start saving or planning small trips. Glowing star 3. Practice active visualization. See yourself living the life you desire, then take inspired steps. Visualization exercise: spend 10 minutes each morning imagining a day in your ideal life. Afterward, write down one small action you can take today to move closer to that vision. 4. Take inspired action. Inspired action feels exciting and aligned with your goals. Trust your intuition when it nudges you to act. Questions to guide you: what small step can I take today? What opportunity is in front of me that I can say yes to? Who can I connect with who is already where I want to be? Glowing star 5. Overcome resistance. Resistance shows up as procrastination, fear, or doubt. Don't wait for motivation, act despite it. Strategy: break big goals into tiny tasks. Celebrate small wins. Remember, confidence comes from action, not the other way around. Sparkle's real-life stories: attraction plus action. Jordan's career leap. Jordan wanted to work in tech but believed it was too late to switch careers. After reading about the law of attraction, he shifted his thinking: why not me? But Jordan didn't stop there. He took coding courses, networked at tech meetups, and applied for entry-level jobs. A year later, he landed a role at a major tech company. Positive thinking opened his mind, but his actions opened the door. Sophia's journey to wellness. Sophia struggled with health issues and dreamed of living an active lifestyle. She visualized herself strong and healthy, repeating affirmations daily. Yet, it wasn't until she committed to daily walks, meal planning, and joining a supportive fitness group that her health transformed. Sophia didn't just attract wellness, she built it through daily action. Light bulb reflection exercise, marrying attraction with action. Define your desire. What do you truly want? Visualize success. How does it feel? What does your life look like? List 3 actions. What steps can you take this week? Identify resistance. What's holding you back? How can you overcome it? Commit. Choose one action you'll complete today. Daily practices to manifest through action. Morning intentions. Set a goal and one action step each morning. Evening reflections. Ask, what did I do today that moved me closer to my goal? Affirmation plus action pairing. For each affirmation, write one related action step. Sparkles closing thoughts. The dance between dreaming and doing. The universe responds to clarity and action. Your mindset lays the foundation, but your steps build the structure. Speech balloon. The law of attraction is not magic. It's the alignment of belief, emotion, and consistent action. Dream it. Believe it. Do it. Chapter 11, The Growth Mindset. Thinking your way to success. Whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Henry Ford. Fixed versus growth mindsets and how they shape destiny. The way we think about our abilities influences every aspect of our lives. According to psychologist Carol Dweck, there are 2 primary mindsets: fixed mindset, the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents are static. People with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges, give up easily, and see effort as fruitless. Growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication, learning, and effort. People with this mindset embrace challenges, persist through obstacles, and see effort as a path to mastery. Your mindset shapes your destiny. The thoughts you hold about your potential determine whether you break through barriers or stay stuck behind them. How mindset shapes success. Perception of failure. Fixed mindset sees failure as a reflection of identity, growth mindset views it as a learning opportunity. Response to challenges. Fixed mindset avoids them, growth mindset embraces them. Effort and resilience. Fixed mindset gives up, growth mindset persists. The truth: your brain is wired for growth. Neuroplasticity. The brain's ability to form new connections means you can develop new skills and abilities at any stage of life. Sparkles case study, transformations through persistent belief. Glowing star. Thomas Edison's 1,000 failures. When inventing the light bulb, Thomas Edison reportedly failed over 1,000 times. Asked how he felt about failing so often, he replied, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's success wasn't due to extraordinary talent, it came from a growth mindset. He believed that each failure brought him closer to success, and he persisted until he changed the world. J.K. Rowling's rise from rejection. Before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, J.K. Rowling faced rejection from 12 publishers. She was living in poverty and battling depression. But Rowling believed in her story. She kept submitting her manuscript, convinced that her dream was possible. Eventually, her growth mindset paid off, leading to one of the most successful literary careers in history. Hammer and wrench. Cultivating a growth mindset, practical strategies. Glowing star 1. Reframe failure as feedback. Growth mindset mantra: failure is a stepping stone, not a stopping point. Practice. After a setback, ask, What can I learn from this? Write down one thing you would do differently next time. 2. Embrace challenges. Growth mindset mantra: challenges are opportunities for growth. Practice: set a goal that feels slightly out of reach. Break it into manageable steps. Celebrate progress, not just outcomes. Glowing star 3. Shift self-talk from fixed to growth. Our inner dialogue can limit or liberate us. Fixed mindset language: I'm just not good at this. I can't do this. This is too hard. Growth mindset language: I'm not good at this yet. I can learn how to do this. Challenges help me grow. 4. Value effort over perfection. Perfectionism feeds the fixed mindset. Growth comes from progress, not perfection. Practice: focus on the process. Reflect daily: what did I try today that was hard? Reward effort, not just results. Glowing star 5. Surround yourself with a growth-minded community. The people we spend time with influence our beliefs. Ask yourself, do the people around me inspire growth? Who challenges me to think bigger? How can I support others in their growth journeys? Sparkles real-life stories of mindset shifts. Lisa's breakthrough in business. Lisa ran a small online business but struggled with stagnation. She believed she wasn't cut out for scaling her company. After learning about the growth mindset, Lisa began to see her challenges differently. She invested in business coaching, took online courses, and faced fears of rejection by pitching new clients. Within 2 years, her business tripled in revenue. Lisa's mindset, not her circumstances, made the difference. David's academic transformation. David believed he wasn't smart enough for university. A teacher introduced him to the growth mindset, encouraging him to see intelligence as something that could be developed. David adopted new study techniques, sought feedback, and persevered through difficult courses. He eventually graduated with honors. Belief in growth transformed his reality. Light bulb reflection exercise: shifting to a growth mindset. Identify a fixed belief. What's something you believe you can't do? Challenge the belief. What evidence exists that you could grow in this area? Set a growth goal. Choose one small step toward challenging that belief. Track progress. Journal your efforts, challenges, and lessons learned. Daily practices for a growth-oriented life. Growth affirmations: repeat, I grow with every challenge I face. Learn something new daily. Read, watch, or listen to something that expands your perspective. Reflect on growth. At day's end, write one way you stepped out of your comfort zone. Glowing star closing thoughts: growth is a choice. The path to success isn't about being the smartest or the most talented, it's about believing you can grow. With the right mindset, challenges become teachers, failures become lessons, and effort becomes the bridge between dreams and reality. Speech balloon: it's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer. Albert Einstein. Chapter 12, From Thought to Habit: Building the Life You Imagine. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Aristotle. How daily habits are born from recurring thoughts. Every action we take begins as a thought. Repeated thoughts form beliefs, and repeated actions create habits, the invisible architecture of our lives. If thoughts shape the blueprint, habits build the structure. Consider this: a person who believes I am healthy tends to think about exercise, make conscious food choices, and prioritize rest. Over time, these thoughts translate into daily practices that lead to a healthy lifestyle. Conversely, a person stuck in thoughts like I'll never be successful may avoid risks or procrastinate, reinforcing patterns that block growth. Your daily habits reflect the story you tell yourself. To build the life you imagine, you must align thoughts with intentional actions, one small habit at a time. The thought-habit connection. Thought right arrow action right arrow habit right arrow destiny. Habits automate success. You don't have to rely on motivation when the right behaviors become second nature. Positive habits reinforce positive mindsets, creating a cycle of growth. Sparkle's case study, transforming life one habit at a time. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, emphasizes that tiny changes create remarkable results. Example, imagine improving by just 1% each day. The daily progress might seem insignificant, but compounded over a year, it leads to dramatic transformation. This is the power of aligning recurring thoughts with daily habits. Hammer and wrench, creating rituals that reinforce positive mindsets. Glowing Star 1. Identify keystone habits. Not all habits are created equal. Keystone habits have a ripple effect, influencing multiple areas of your life. Examples: morning journaling leads to greater self-awareness and productivity. Regular exercise boosts energy, confidence, and mental clarity. Reading daily expands knowledge and fuels creative thinking. Practice, choose one keystone habit. Start small, 5 minutes a day, and build consistency. 2. Anchor new habits to existing ones. Our brains love patterns. By attaching new habits to established routines, we increase the chances of success. This is called habit stacking. After I brush my teeth, I will meditate for 2 minutes. After I make coffee, I will read 1 page of a book. After I finish lunch, I will take a 5-minute gratitude walk. Why it works: the brain pairs the new habit with an existing one, making it easier to remember and sustain. Glowing Star 3. Visualize the habit-driven life you desire. Visualization is a powerful tool in shaping habits. When you imagine yourself living the life you want, your mind becomes familiar with that reality, making it easier to create. Practice, each morning, close your eyes and see yourself performing the habits that lead to your goals. Feel the emotions tied to your success: confidence, joy, peace. This mental rehearsal makes action feel natural. 4. Start incredibly small. Ambition can backfire when we try to do too much too soon. The brain resists drastic change. The solution: starts so small that it feels effortless. 1 push-up a day leads to a workout routine. Writing 1 sentence daily leads to finishing a book. Meditating for 1 minute paves the way for deep mindfulness. Consistency beats intensity. Glowing Star 5. Celebrate small wins. Our brains are wired to seek rewards. Acknowledging progress releases dopamine, reinforcing the desire to repeat the behavior. Practice, after completing a habit, say, "I'm proud of myself for showing up." Track your progress visually. A calendar, streak, or checklist creates a sense of accomplishment. Sparkle's real-life stories, habits that changed lives. Sam's journey to fitness. Sam believed he wasn't athletic. After reframing his thoughts to "I am becoming healthier every day," he started walking for 5 minutes each morning. Those 5 minutes became 10, then 30. Eventually, Sam joined a gym, ran marathons, and inspired others. The secret: small, consistent habits fueled by positive thoughts. Leah's path to mindfulness. Leah struggled with anxiety. Her recurring thought: "I can't calm my mind." A friend introduced her to meditation. Leah started with 1 minute a day, anchoring it to her morning coffee. The practice grew. Over time, Her anxiety lessened, clarity returned, and mindfulness became a cornerstone of her life. Light bulb reflection exercise, building thought-aligned habits. Choose one area of life you'd like to improve. Identify a positive thought that supports this goal. I am capable of learning new skills. List tiny habits that reflect this belief. Write for 5 minutes, watch one educational video daily. Stack the new habit with an existing one. Track progress and celebrate small wins. Daily practices for habitual success. Morning mindset reset, start each day with affirmations. Evening reflection, note what habit you completed and how it made you feel. Environment design, arrange your space to support your habits, e.g. place a book on your pillow as a cue to read before bed. Glowing star closing thoughts, small habits, big destiny. Your life today is a reflection of your thoughts and habits. The future you imagine is built one thought-driven habit at a time. Speech balloon first, we form habits, then, they form us. Conquer your habits, and you conquer your life. What life are you building one habit at a time? Chapter 13, Visualizing Success, Embracing Failure. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. How to use both success and setbacks as mental fuel. Every great achievement begins with a vision. Visualization, the practice of imagining success, prepares the mind and body to take the necessary steps toward that reality. But equally important is how we handle failure. Success shows us what's possible, failure teaches us what's essential. When used together, they become powerful forces that shape our journey. The power of visualizing success. Visualization isn't wishful thinking, it's mental training. Neuroscience shows that imagining a task activates the same brain regions as actually performing it. The mind doesn't distinguish between vivid imagination and reality, making visualization a powerful tool for achievement. Benefits of visualization: builds confidence by experiencing success before it happens. Clarifies goals and aligns actions. Reduces anxiety by mentally rehearsing challenging situations. Sparkles visualization exercise, stepping into your future. Find a quiet space. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Picture your success in detail. What are you doing? Who is with you? How does it feel? Engage all senses. Hear the applause, feel the emotions, see the surroundings. Visualize the process, not just the outcome. Imagine overcoming obstacles and persisting. Practice daily. Consistency strengthens the belief that your vision is achievable. Embracing failure, the fuel for growth. While visualization prepares you for success, embracing failure prepares you for the journey. Failure isn't the opposite of success, it's part of it. Why failure is essential: it reveals weaknesses and guides improvement. It builds resilience and determination. It separates those who try from those who persist. Hammer and wrench strategies for turning setbacks into setups for success. Glowing star 1. Redefine failure. Failure doesn't define you, it refines you. Mindset shift: I didn't fail, I learned what doesn't work. Each setback brings me closer to a solution. 2. Reflect and refine. After a setback, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what worked, what didn't, what will I do differently next time? Reflection transforms failure into feedback. Glowing star 3. Persist with purpose. Persistence is the bridge between failure and success. Practice: break big goals into smaller, achievable tasks. Celebrate progress, not just perfection. Remember, every step forward counts. Sparkles lessons from iconic individuals who mastered their mindset. Oprah Winfrey, from rejection to media mogul. Oprah was fired from her first television job, told she wasn't fit for TV. But she visualized herself creating a space where people could share stories and heal. She didn't let failure define her. Her persistent belief in her vision led her to become one of the most influential media figures in history. Glowing star Michael Jordan, missing shots, making history. Michael Jordan, widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Jordan visualized victory but embraced every miss as part of his journey. His mindset made him legendary. Sarah Blakely, failing into fortune. Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx, started her career selling fax machines door to door. Rejections were constant. But growing up, her father would ask, "What did you fail at this week?" and celebrate those failures. This unique relationship with failure empowered her to take risks. When she pitched Spanx, she faced skepticism but persisted. Today, she's one of the youngest self-made female billionaires. Light bulb reflection exercise: visualize and learn from setbacks. Visualize your next success. Close your eyes and picture achieving your biggest goal. Imagine the emotions, surroundings, and impact. Identify possible obstacles. What could go wrong? How would you respond? Write your failure plan. List 3 potential setbacks. For each, write how you'll learn and adjust. Review past failures. What did they teach you? How have they shaped who you are today? Daily practices for a resilient, success-oriented mindset. Morning visualization: start each day imagining progress toward your goals. Evening reflection: review the day's wins and lessons from setbacks. Gratitude for growth: be thankful for failures, they are proof you're trying. Glowing star closing thoughts: see it fail forward. Succeed. Success and failure are not separate paths, they are 2 sides of the same journey. Visualize the life you want, but embrace the lessons that come with every stumble. Speech balloon: failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Henry Ford. See your success. Embrace your failures. Both are your fuel. Chapter 14, Living with Intention: Designing Your Mindful Life. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. Aligning daily choices with your highest vision. Living with intention means moving through life with purpose, clarity, and mindfulness. Instead of simply reacting to circumstances, you choose actions aligned with your deepest values and aspirations. Intentional living bridges the gap between who you are and who you want to become. It transforms someday dreams into present-day realities through conscious daily choices. Why intention matters. Focus: it eliminates distractions by clarifying what truly matters. Alignment: it ensures that your actions reflect your deepest values. Fulfillment: it transforms ordinary moments into meaningful experiences. When you live intentionally, your days don't just pass, you design them. Sparkles: the power of designing a mindful life. Mindful living is about being present while intentionally choosing actions that reflect your goals. It's not about perfection but about consistency in purpose. Ask yourself, does how I spend my time reflect what matters most to me? Are my daily actions moving me closer to my vision? What do I need to let go of to live more intentionally? Hammer and wrench exercises for crafting a purpose-driven life. Glowing star 1. Define your highest vision. Your vision is the compass that guides your intentional life. Exercise: close your eyes and imagine your ideal life 5 years from now. Ask, where am I, who am I, with what am I doing? Write down the feelings, activities, and relationships that stand out. Your vision isn't a distant dream, it's a blueprint for today's decisions. Herb 2. Identify your core values. Values are the foundation of an intentional life. Exercise: write a list of values, e.g., integrity, love, freedom, growth, creativity. Circle the top 5 that resonate most. For each value, write one daily action that reflects it. Example: value, health. Right arrow action, prepare a nourishing breakfast. Value, growth. Right arrow action, read for 20 minutes daily. Glowing star 3. Create intentional morning rituals. Mornings set the tone for the day. Start with purpose. Practice: set an intention each morning, ask, how do I want to show up today? Mindful activity: spend 10 minutes meditating, journaling, or reading something inspiring. Visualize your day, picture yourself handling tasks with clarity and purpose. Herb 4. Design a purpose-driven daily schedule. Plan your day with intention, not obligation. Exercise: list priorities, identify 3 tasks that align with your vision. Time block: allocate focused time for these tasks, no multitasking. Reflect: at the end of the day, ask, did I live today aligned with my purpose? Glowing star 5. Practice mindful decision making. Every choice shapes your life. Make them count. Ask before deciding, does this support my vision? Is this aligned with my values? Will this matter a year from now? Sparkle stories of purposeful living. Herb J. Shetty, From Monk to Mindful Mentor. J. Shetty left a corporate career to become a monk, seeking deeper purpose. After years of spiritual training, he realized his mission: share wisdom to help others live meaningful lives. Today, through books, podcasts, and talks, Jay teaches millions how to live intentionally, focusing on what matters most and letting go of distractions. His story shows that clarity of purpose transforms lives. Glowing star Malala Yousafzai, Choosing Courage with Intention. Malala Yousafzai, the youngest Nobel Prize laureate, chose education advocacy despite facing violence. Her vision: a world where every girl receives an education. Malala's daily choices, speaking out, studying, and writing, reflected her unwavering purpose. Her journey reminds us that intentional living requires courage, but it creates change. Lightbulb reflection exercise: designing your intentional life. Clarify your why. What excites me? What impact do I want to make? What would I do if I couldn't fail? Set intentional goals, choose one goal that aligns with your vision. Break it into weekly actions. Conduct a weekly intention review. Did my actions align with my values? What brought me the most joy and fulfillment? What distractions can I remove next week? Herb daily practices for a purpose-driven life. Morning intention setting: decide who you want to be today. Midday check-in: pause and ask, am I living today intentionally? Evening gratitude reflection: identify moments when you lived your values. Glowing star closing thoughts: your life, your design. Living with intention is about choosing your life rather than letting life choose for you. When your daily choices align with your vision and values, you create a life of meaning, fulfillment, and joy. Speech balloon: the future depends on what you do today. Mahatma Gandhi. What will you choose today to create the tomorrow you desire? Chapter 15, Becoming: the ongoing journey of growth. We are always in the process of becoming. Every thought, every choice, and every moment shapes who we are becoming next. Michelle Obama. Embracing lifelong learning and self-evolution. The journey of the mind doesn't end with a single realization or achievement. Becoming is a continuous process, an unfolding story of growth, learning, and transformation. Each day offers the chance to think differently, act intentionally, and evolve into a fuller version of yourself. Life isn't about arriving at a fixed destination, it's about who you become along the way. Growth as a lifelong commitment. The mind is limitless. Every new idea, experience, and challenge is an opportunity for expansion. Self-evolution requires curiosity. Asking new questions leads to new possibilities. Growth is nonlinear. Progress includes setbacks, pauses, and leaps forward. The key is to remain open to be a lifelong learner of yourself and the world. Sparkle's mindsets for ongoing growth. Glowing Star 1. The beginner's mind. Approach life with the curiosity of a beginner. Practice. Assume there's always more to learn. Let go of the need to know it all. Be open to new perspectives, even in familiar situations. Light bulb in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, in the expert's mind, there are few. Shunryu Suzuki. 2. Embrace discomfort. Growth happens outside the comfort zone. Discomfort means you're expanding. Reflection. When was the last time you did something that scared you? What lessons emerged from that experience? Challenge yourself, try something new each month, a book, a skill, or a conversation that pushes your boundaries. Glowing Star 3. Adopt a learning mindset. Failures become lessons, and mistakes become stepping stones. Practice. Reflect on daily learnings, no matter how small. Seek feedback without defensiveness. Replace "I can't do this" with "I'm learning how to do this." Hammer and wrench practical exercises for lifelong growth. 1. Lifelong learning plan. Design a personal curriculum for your growth. Exercise, books to read, choose topics that intrigue and challenge you. Skills to develop, list 3 new skills to learn in the next year. Mentors to follow, seek inspiration from those who model the growth you aspire to. Glowing Star 2. Reflection journals. Self-awareness fuels self-evolution. Daily prompts. What did I learn today? How did I grow from today's experiences? Who am I becoming through my thoughts and actions? 3. Annual vision review. Your vision evolves as you do. Reflect and realign yearly. Ask, does my vision still excite me? What values have become more important? What lessons from this year will guide me forward? Sparkle stories of lifelong becoming. Nelson Mandela, growth through adversity. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison. Instead of becoming bitter, he embraced growth, studying, reflecting, and envisioning a free South Africa. When released, he chose forgiveness over revenge. His mindset transformed a nation. Glowing Star Maya Angelou, A Life of Evolution. Maya Angelou was a poet, activist, and storyteller. Her life wasn't linear. She was a dancer, singer, and writer, continuously evolving. Her wisdom: do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Her story reminds us that becoming is about allowing each phase of life to shape us. Lightbulb final reflections. The mind shapes tomorrow. The thoughts you think today shape the person you become tomorrow. Every choice, belief, and habit is part of your unfolding story. Reflect, who am I becoming through my daily choices? How can I keep my mind open to growth? What legacy do I want my thoughts and actions to leave? Daily practices for an evolving life. Morning intention: today, I remain open to growth. Midday pause: what am I learning right now? Evening gratitude: how have I become more of who I want to be today? Glowing star closing words, the journey continues. Becoming is never done. Each moment is a new opportunity to think differently, choose wisely, and grow continuously. Speech balloon: what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create. Buddha. The power of the mind is infinite. Your story of becoming is still being written with every thought, every step, and every breath. Who will you choose to become next?